Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to subscribe if you're new and hook your boy up with a like if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time
MMA.
Demetrious Mighty Mouse, or Mighty, I think he's changing it just to Mighty. Either way, Demetrious Johnson is saying he doesn't trust Ray Borg to show up to fight. Wow. Motherfucker. Everybody was trying to say this whenever Demetrious Johnson booked the fight with Ray Borg. Everybody was saying, what? Why Ray Borg? He's missed weight. We don't know if he's gonna show up. He's on a 2-fight winning streak, and one of those wins he missed weight. What? Why is he fighting for a title? But Demetrious Johnson, hey, he said, no, I want Ray Borg over TJ Dillashaw, and now he's saying he can't get him to show up. Now, okay, there's a misconception. A lot of people think Demetrious Johnson handpicked Ray Borg over everybody. That's not the case. He did want to fight Sergio Pettis before the Ray Borg fight. You might not remember this, but I do because I covered it. In Demetrious Johnson's long-ass statement he released when he was talking about the UFC bullying him, he said the initial fight he asked for was Sergio Pettis. He said, why would it be Ray Borg over Sergio Pettis? You know, Sergio Pettis has the Pettis name. He's on more of a winning streak. So Demetrious Johnson did want Sergio Pettis at first, but the UFC said, no, you're getting Ray Borg. And Demetrious said, okay, you guys wanted me to fight Ray Borg? I'll fight Ray Borg. Then the UFC came back and said, you know what, I know we wanted you to fight Ray Borg, but fuck that. TJ Dillashaw said he'll come down. How about that? You want to fight TJ? Fuck that. You should fight TJ. And he was like, no. You guys already said Ray Borg, so now give me fucking Ray Borg. I wanted Sergio Pettis. You guys made me fight Ray Borg, so now don't try and come and change up my opponent after you already told me you want me to fight Ray Borg. So, at that point, that's when Demetrious Johnson started catching heat, because it's like, what? Demetrious Johnson turning down TJ Dillashaw? What? He's picking Ray Borg? So now a lot of people run with the fucking narrative that Demetrious Johnson picked Ray Borg, hand-picked Ray Borg. That's not quite the case. But still, if Demetrious Johnson, somebody that's talked about his pay-per-view points, talked about he doesn't know if they believe the UFC markets him correctly and all of that shit, I don't want to hear the UFC doesn't market you correctly if you're going to turn down the super fight that they offer you. TJ Dillashaw. Now you could say that's not a super fight, but that's a former champion coming down and fighting Demetrious Johnson. That's a super fight. TJ Dillashaw versus Demetrious Johnson, to me, is probably, is there a super, if that's not a super fight for the flyweight division, fuck, what is? Cody Garbrandt, the champion, coming down? I mean, there's not many more bigger fights for Demetrious Johnson at 125 than TJ Dillashaw. So for him to turn down that TJ Dillashaw fight, it kind of, made people raise a side eye like, is he just trying to take the safe way to the title, to breaking the record? Does he just want to break Anderson Silva's record and, the easiest way possible? Is that why he's fighting Ray Borg over TJ Dillashaw? Because we do know that Demetrious Johnson does not want to move up in weight classes. I mean, we already know he wants to break Anderson Silva's record, but is he trying to take the easiest way possible? Because that really threw a fucking monkey wrench into my whole, I was one of those people, yeah, Demetrious, I was on Joe Rogan, he always says, Demetrious Johnson's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, man. I believed it, like, oh yeah, but then to me, you think about the definition of pound for pound, and it's like somebody that their skills translate to multiple weight classes. So I don't know, I guess, man, that still might be Demetrious Johnson, because with his skill set, but I don't know, yeah, the whole fucking pound for pound conversation is weird as fuck, because you can't have Demetrious Johnson's skill set on a Stipe Miocic. There's not a heavyweight that's ever going to have, there's 0 heavyweights on the planet with Demetrious Johnson's skill set. Part of the reason he has that skill set is because he's able to be more nimble and fucking move quicker than some heavyweights, so that's why he's got that skill set. Same with light heavyweight. How many light heavyweights have fucking Demetrious Johnson's skill set? The smaller you are, the more technical you can become. The more technical you have to become. So I guess if you're talking about pound for pound technical fighter, you can say Demetrious Johnson. But if you're just talking about somebody that's been successful at multiple weight classes, somebody that can go up or maybe go down and be successful at more than one weight class, That's not Demetrious Johnson. And it's even weirder when he turns down a bigger guy that's just trying to come down to 125 in TJ Dillashaw, and the excuse he gives is bullshit. One of the main excuses for turning down TJ Dillashaw was, oh, he's got to prove he can make the weight. Maybe, he's got to beat a contender. It's like, what? George St. Pierre didn't have to beat no fucking contender. He's about to fight for the middleweight title. He didn't have to prove he can make the weight. I mean, I know he's not cutting, but you get the point. Michael Bisping's letting him come up and take the fight because it's a bigger fight. But you don't want the bigger fight. You want the easier fight, it looks like. You can't guarantee Ray Borg's going to make the weight any more than you can guarantee TJ Dillashaw's going to make the weight. So the excuse for picking Ray Borg over TJ Dillashaw never really flew with me. But now he's coming out and he's saying that he doesn't even know if he can trust Ray Borg to show up. What the fuck, Demetrious Johnson? How long have we been trying to tell you that? How long have we been saying, why Ray Borg? We don't even know if he's going to show up. You can't give us that excuse for turning down TJ because we can't trust. You can't tell us you don't trust TJ to show up. And we already don't trust Ray Borg to show up. So now you don't trust either one of them to show up. You should have just took the fucking TJ fight. But it is what it is, man. Demetrious Johnson saying he can't trust Ray Borg. That is one thing though. He's saying it makes me want to beat Ray Borg even more. Because I know the people need a champion that's going to show up, that's going to make weight, and that's going to defend his belt and be reliable. It's like, Demetrious Johnson is a reliable champion. That's one thing that's for sure. But, I mean, that's not really our fault. The fact that Ray Borg is fighting for the title, that's not our fault. If he wins, if he somehow happens to win the fight, we're going to have a fucking champion that might miss weight. Oh, tight. That's so crazy. It's so crazy to think about the possibility of Ray Borg being the champion with the fact that he's, like he said, it's not very reliable. What if Ray Borg won the belt from Demetrious Johnson and then on the scheduled rematch he missed weight? Oh my god, that was so fucking epic. But with that being said, it is what it is. Let the haters know what the fuck you think about Demetrious Johnson not trusting Ray Borg to show up to fight in the comments. I'm out. Did you hear about the dyslexic Mormon? He found his dog.